What's up, YouTube? It's your boy RushMoreRick, and we are reacting to unavoidable male events. Let's tap in.
You know, yesterday I had a really productive day. I was laying on my couch all day long, scrolling through TikTok all day long, scrolling through Instagram Reels all day long, scrolling through Twitter all day long, because that's how I like to spend my evening. I don't want to read a book about self-improvement. I don't want to meditate. I don't want to read a book about how to make big money. I just want to lay down on my couch and consume brain rot all evening long. Because at the end of the day, brain rot is what genuinely makes me happy. And as I was scrolling through TikTok, I came across these videos called canon male events, basically talking about moments that every single male on the planet has experienced. And the more I
either you have experience or you will experience it.
Watch these types of videos, the more I realize that, as I said before on this channel, I am convinced that we are all living the same lives. We all have the same struggles. We all have the same great moments. We all have the same shit happening to us. We're just scattered across different countries and scattered across different continents and maybe even scattered across different planets. I am sure if there are people on Mars or people on Uranus, we are still all living the same lives. Some things are just universally experienced by every single male on this planet. I can't speak for the females because I'm not a girl. And to verify my claim, I asked you guys on Instagram, what is something that we have all experienced? What is a canon male event? And when I got some of these responses, I started questioning my whole entire theory. Because what the actual fuck is this? I may be down bad.
So I may be down bad, but everyone at least once grabbed their nuts for warmth on a cold day. Be for real. You're not down bad, and you haven't told a lie.
But everyone at least once grabbed their nuts for warmth on a cold day. Be for real. What the fuck? And I reposted that response, and some of you guys were like, oh, he's spitting. We all did this shit. On everybody's soul, we did this shit. Not on my soul. I don't know what soul you're talking about, but you're definitely not putting that on my soul, because I never did some shit like this. What the actual fuck? So to further verify my claim, I put together this timeline talking about canon male events, and I'm sure at the end of the video, you will resonate with most of this stuff that I'm saying, maybe even all of the stuff that I'm saying, at least like a good amount, like 60-70%. There are just some things that we all go through. And without further ado, let's just get right into it.
The complete canon.
I want to start off with an honorable mention here. I never had any pets, but my best friends had a lot of pets. He has a cat, used to have a dog, used to have hamsters. Tragically, the hamsters passed away for unknown reasons. And the dog recently passed away. That dog was pure greatness. I'm usually scared of dogs, but that dog showed me that there is no reason to be scared of dogs. So Lucy, bro, R.I.P. Lucy in the comment section down below. R.I.P. Harry and Freddie. R.I.P. Lucy in the comment section down below. I want to see y'all pay condolences, because if you don't pay condolences to Lucy, Harry, and Freddie, you're going to have bad luck for the next 48 minutes. Experiencing your pet passing away, if you have a pet in the first place, is one of these canon male events that we all go through, and it's devastating, bro. There's just something missing after that. Now let's get into the real stuff. I know we have talked about this on this channel a lot, but fumbling your very first love is something that we have all experienced. And if you haven't yet, you will definitely experience it, motherfucker.
Either you experience it one time or you experience it multiple times.
Fucker. I don't really have an answer to the question whether aliens exist or not, but if they exist, I am pretty damn sure they fumble their first love as well. Whenever you fumble your very first love, you feel like love doesn't exist, and you kind of turn into a edgelord talking about how you're born alone on this planet and you will die alone. And
like when I say you experience that first heartbreak, that first breakup, that first like chest pain, but like you can feel it and your shit is on the floor. I'm saying, bro, not only you have those type of thoughts, but you just like, you lose interest in everything. You don't want to eat, you don't want to sleep, you don't want to go to work, you don't want to, bro, you don't even want to exist. And it's like not even on some suicide. I don't know if you can say that on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying? Not on no unalive stuff. It's just that you just genuinely feel drained. Like, that drains you.
There is not a single person on this planet that genuinely loves you for the human being you are. You start questioning whether you will ever be in love again, because you feel like you will never ever have the same feelings for another person. You start listening to Madara Uchiha audio files talking about how you should wake up to reality and there is no such thing as love, and you really turn into a edgelord. And while this fuckery is unfolding, all this fucking time you were 13 years old. Motherfucker, even if that very first love would have worked out, it would have lasted like
High school.
a good 57 minutes maybe. And speaking of fumbling your first love, I know for a fact we have all been in the friend zone at least once. You know, you just wanted to bag fine shit by any means necessary, even if that means you have to pretend to be the gay best friend. I speak for everybody watching this. We have all tried to get closer to fine shit by pretending to be the caring best friend. Like, I don't really care about your girl problems. And
but see, look, that's different. Being a caring best friend and then being a gay best friend, you gotta have self-respect, bro.
Your girl beef, and I don't care about your beef with your best friend. I just want to make a move, bro. Like, give me a sign and I'll make a move. And guess what? That move never fucking happens. Unless you're this guy from Kim Possible, you will not leave the friend zone. The friend zone is a really dark place. You just look like a complete clown in the eyes of your friends. Like, they know what you're trying to do. And even though you say, oh no, we're just friends, we all know what the fuck you're trying to do, motherfucker. And while we're at this topic, let's just quickly talk about getting blocked on Snapchat or removed as a follower on Instagram. We have all been there, and this pain is a different type of pain. Even if we haven't talked in years or months or centuries, do not remove me, bro. What the fuck did I do? It is personal. Once you remove me, it is personal. This shit does not happen on...
Nah, and see, that's why I disagree with the whole removing followers or people removing you or blocking you. If they want to do that, you got to let people do that at the same time. You got the right to do that to them as well. Like, this social media shit should never be that deep toward the point where you're pressed. You're pressed that somebody removed you from following their life. Their life. No, you should never be that pressed. Never.
On accident. You have to go out of your way, click on the unfollow button or click on the remove button. You purposefully did this shit.
That's how it works.
We've all been there. Seeing the X on Snapchat or losing a follower after posting a story is a different type of pain. Am I that fucking ugly, bro? Enough with the love talk. How about your first fight? If you are a male, and I'm not condoning any violence here, you have to have at least one fight in your life. It doesn't matter if it's a school fight. It doesn't matter if it's a fight in the streets, if it's a fight with your siblings. It has to go down at least once. And once again, I am not condoning any violence here. I'm not telling you to go to school and fight somebody, but that shit just naturally happens. We're men, bro. We sometimes get aggressive and sometimes we just fight each other. It's not that deep. Like, you cannot be classified as a man with...
This man just says, we're men. Sometimes we fight each other. That's not that deep. But before that, number 3 is he's pressed over somebody removing him or blocking him or unadding him or unfriending him on a social media app. Priorities, my friend, priorities. I don't condone violence either, and I also agree that men should experience some type of conflict in their life because that tells you about yourself. It shows you like, oh, I want to avoid picking fights with everybody because I'm not built like that, or oh, okay, I don't need to be a bully about it, but I can hold my own if push come to shove. That's how you learn about yourself. So sometimes you just got to throw yourself in the fire or accept being thrown in the fire, because don't ever start a problem, but finish the problem.
With 0 fights under your belt. Ain't no fucking way. And speaking of fighting, I am speaking for every single person watching this when I say we all had thoughts of fighting our dad at least once. Like, it sounds completely ridiculous, but come on, bro.
It's
there's
human
not
nature.
A single person that pisses you off more on this planet than your dad. At the same time, there's not another person on this planet that wants you to win more than your dad. But god damn, sometimes this guy pisses me off, bro. I have fought my dad like 4 billion times in my head already. Like, some of the fights me and my dad had in my head, I can't even put them into words, bro. And speaking of your dad, I speak for everyone when I say that we all had that moment when our dad came up to us, told us that he needs a little help, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes max, and then y'all end up fucking rebuilding the fucking World Trade Center after 9/11. Like, these side quests are always way too fucking long. You can't even consider them as side quests anymore.
See, I'm not gonna lie, I was following him with the unavoidable male events, but at the same time, like, there's a set of things that a man is meant to experience in his life. Now, unfortunately, you got to separate this by color, because he's talking about having dad problems, or his dad wants him to help him for extended periods of time, and as a kid he didn't like that. I come from a community, I am black, where a lot of young men don't have their fathers who to go through these problems with. So, you know what they say about first world issues. Well, this is a issue within the first world issues right here, where some men have fathers in their lives who bother them from time to time, saying, "Come help me do this. Come take out the trash with me. Come interact with me. I'm your dad. Come do what I say." And then some men grow up without that guidance, without that interaction, without that mentorship, that leadership in their household. So I'm sure now he looks back at it and is like, yeah, I'm glad my dad did this for me. But at the same time, you got to realize some men out there, some kids out there that don't have a father, they would love to be having these problems, these first world problems. You know what I'm saying?
Are straight up main quests,
You gotta keep
boss
that in
fights,
mind,
bro.
buddy.
And most of the time it's just holding the flashlight for hours upon hours upon hours. Holding the flashlight while he's fixing something in his car. Why the fuck is this a universal experience? And God forbid you shake for a single second in those 6 hours holding the flashlight. You are gonna get annihilated. I am sorry, I'm a human being. I have to shake sometimes. I can't stand still for 6 hours while you're fixing something
his
that
dad
should
told
be
that
done
little
by a
nigga get his
mechanic
stamina
and not
up.
yourself.
Sit
No
there with
wonder
this
we
fucking
have fought
flashlight,
4
boy.
billion times in my head, bro. But there's a worse experience than holding the flashlight. Have you ever had to do homework with your dad, especially when you were a little kid? God damn. I am
Not dad, but my mom, man. This is a universal. Everybody, not just a man, but a woman too. Everybody experienced doing their homework with their parents at the table for the first time. Talking about, I done had the apple talk. Johnny got 5 apples and he lose 3. How many he got left? Motherfucker, if I ain't say 2, I ain't say shit at all. I'm not trying to get hit. I'm not trying to get popped. I'm not trying to get death stared. Nah, I'm good.
I'm sorry, Dad. I didn't
good.
even know numbers existed like 4 hours ago.
Overly
This
good
is the
off
first
that.
time I'm seeing numbers. I am sorry that I don't know the answer to 7 plus 13. You are a 40-year-old guy. I just learned about numbers. No need to scream at me like this. No wonder the paper is all wet from my tears. This is S-tier trauma. And all this fucking time while he's
agree.
screaming at you, this motherfucker doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Sometimes they even give you the wrong advice, and it's just pure trauma. Enough that talk. I speak for everyone when I say that we thought the worst had happened when we called her mom while she was outside running errands or getting some groceries, and she did not pick up the phone, bro. Every time my mom did not pick up the phone, I thought the worst had happened. How the fuck are you not hearing the fucking ringtone? It is so loud. Something definitely happened. Something really bad happens. Did somebody kidnap you, or did you pass out outside and nobody's seeing you? Like, what the fuck? Something happened, bro. I am losing my mind, bro. Enough with the parents talk. How about some serious stuff? How about realizing that you're not going pro in your favorite sport? I speak for everybody when I say that we all had that moment in our lives when we realized that we are not going pro. You may have been the best player in PE class with all the bums in your class, but once you start going to tournaments, once you start competing in actual games, you start realizing that there is levels to this shit. You are a nobody, bro.
I went to one basketball camp, and I didn't even do that bad. But at the same time, you see the difference in, oh, I'm hooping with the bros at the park. I'm shitting on these niggas. I'm saying now, you try out for the school team, you make the team, and you actually doing good. You're doing good in practice. Then you get in the games, and it's a little different. Then you start getting better in the games, and then you start to get this idea in your head. All right, if I keep getting better, maybe I can go to college. Maybe I can go to the pros. Let me go to one of these camps where I get the exposure. You do that, bro. That should make or break you, because I ain't gonna lie, that did break me for a short time period. I went in there. I looked at me. It's just me and my mom. We went in there. I'm looking at her. She looking at me. She was like, "You ready for this?" I'm telling her, "Yeah, I'm ready." But at the same time, it's all these fucking 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" kids next to me. All of them look like they're either ready to go to college or they're going to college. You know what I'm saying? It's a different space. So you just got to be prepared.
No matter how good you are, or no matter how good you think you are, there is always a bigger fish. Think about the best athlete you know. There is a bigger fish than this guy. And once you realize that you're not going to be a football player and you're not going to be a basketball player, you realize another. I speak for everybody when I say that one day You wake up, you look into the mirror, knowing damn well you're not gonna be a pro athlete. You look at yourself and you start realizing, God damn, I am fucking chopped, bro. I can never confidently say that I look good because 3 years ago I thought I looked good. 4 years ago I thought I looked good. And looking back at the time, I was looking fucking horrendous, bro. So I can never confidently say that I look good right now because I know in 4 years time I'm gonna look back at myself and realize that I was chopped as fuck. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not even that big of a deal. Like, it's whatever. Like, you're chopped, you're chopped. It doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it would be cool to be a cute, pretty guy.
See, that shit don't matter to some people, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. In today's society, if you're noticeably chopped, that shit is hard to fucking shake because you know how many times you see yourself a day. I just realized I'm talking to the dude in the monitor instead of talking to y'all on the cam. But you know how many times you see yourself a day, bro? If you don't have some type of confidence within the way that you look at yourself, because life is already, I don't want to say miserable for some people, but life is already life, bro. So if you're not even comfortable in your own skin, just imagine that could make life 10 times harder than what it is. And that shit could already be 10 times hard because life is life. You know what I'm saying?
But it's whatever. And speaking of realizing things, there is one more thing that you will realize in time. I speak for everybody when I say that we all tried to be pros at Fortnite. We all thought we're cracked at Fortnite until some 7-year-old motherfucker started building the fucking Eiffel Tower right in front of us. Chill, motherfucker. You can eliminate me. You can take my loot. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't do all of that, bro. You're not just crushing me in game, you're crushing me mentally. Realizing that there is levels to this Fortnite shit made me retire, like, from video games. Like, I don't want to play video games anymore. I speak for everybody when I say that in big 2025 I cannot sit down anymore and genuinely enjoy a video game. Like, yeah, it's fun in the first hour, like 2 hours, and after that trial I completely lose interest. I cannot finish a single game. I buy all these games, especially Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. I regret buying this game so fucking much. I haven't touched this game since October last year. I paid $70 for this shit and I played like, what, 4 hours? I don't know if it's my attention span. I don't know if it's all the things that I have going on outside of video games, but I cannot sit down and lose myself in a virtual world anymore. It is not possible. And I wish it was possible, but it's not possible. They just do not hit anymore. Honorable mention when it comes to video games, I speak for everybody when I say we were really perplexed when the game told us to press L3 and R3. What the fuck are you talking about? Did I buy a fake controller off of Temu or some shit? Where the fuck are the L3 and R3 buttons? Because I can't find them. Now the next thing, I know y'all been waiting for this one. I speak for everybody when I say we all had our first goon. We all had our second goon. After that very first goon, you feel like you are the king of the planet. You feel like you are on top of the world. And after that second goon, you feel like a miserable piece of shit. In fact, you feel so miserable and ashamed after that second.
Yeah, because that means them dopamine receptors is fried. That's why.
Goon, you forget to close the tabs, you forget about it, and eventually you will open up Safari in public because you want to look up something and boom, right there. The people around you are going to be in for a surprise when they see some you know, a little something going on. Like, come on, I speak for everybody when I say we have all been busted at least once. And after feeling so miserable after that second goon, a new journey starts. I speak for everyone when I say that we all had the 3 a.m. motivation arc. You start doing push-ups at 3 a.m. You start listening to fucking David Goggins talking about how big of a bitch you are. You start setting your alarm clock 5 a.m., 4 a.m., maybe 6 a.m. just to turn it off 20 minutes later. And that 3 a.m. motivation arc slowly dwells into the gym journey. Eventually in your life, you will get a gym membership. There is no way around that. Doesn't matter if it's the 3 a.m. motivation.
And I will say, out of all of these canon events, we had to get to 17 to find one that was actually, you know what I'm saying, like a real one. I feel like everybody, he's right. At one point in your life, you are going to get a gym membership. Now, are you going to stay on that path? It dwindles because some people say, all right, I need to change my life. I need to improve my life. What can I do right now that's in my control to improve my current situation? It may not improve everything, but it improves morale, improves how I feel. I'm going to get a gym membership. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to feel better. Some people use that and they continue with the journey because it genuinely makes them feel better. Some people have this idea that the gym is supposed to make you feel better, and then the moment that workout ends and you're like, I don't feel any different. Like if anything, I feel now I just feel the same way, and I'm just sweaty and I'm just dirty and I'm just gross. The gym doesn't do anything for me. So then some people leave that, and then it's up to you to find the next thing that's supposed to improve your morale. But yes, a lot of people tend to lean towards that gym, whether it's permanent, whether it's temporary. It happens. It will
Doesn't
happen.
matter if it's fumbling a girl, it doesn't matter what it is. Eventually, you will get a gym membership. There is no way around it. That right there is a canon event that will happen. And speaking of improving your physique, there is an honorable mention. I speak for every single male on this planet. I have never been so sure about a canon event because I know for a fact we have all been there. Watching an abs workout, like a 10-minute abs workout right before going to a pool party or right before going to the beach, you know, any occasion where you have to take off your shirt. We have all been there. We all thought that the abs are just
You can't say we all been there because I've never been here where y'all are. Never.
gonna magically appear after watching a 10-minute abs workout video. And preferably it was this motherfucker right here. And once you start building your body, that dwells into another route of success. You try to become successful financially, so you start the drop shipping arc or the online business arc. We all know at least one motherfucker who is heavily into drop shipping or talks about getting into drop shipping, or one motherfucker who heavily talks about online business and online this and online that. Whenever somebody starts talking about making big money online, check up on that guy, because he is not doing well. This motherfucker hit rock bottom. And once you realize most of these online businesses are a scam, you dwell into the next arc, the crypto arc. You start investing all your money just to lose.
I don't think it should be a crypto arc. If anything, it should be an investment arc, because I feel like that's one thing that people, and it's, you don't even do it on purpose, but like if you are naturally around a lot of older people who are trying to give you advice, and some of it becomes financial advice, they always say, oh, while you're young, you want to invest this, invest that, invest that. It's a tale as old as time. Some people do it and it works for them. Some people do it and they don't have the discipline to keep doing it. Because some people aren't interested in slow money. A lot of people aren't. I'm one of those people. I'm not interested in slow money. Money that I have to build up and then I can only enjoy when I'm fucking 20 years past when I started saving it in the first place. I'm not interested in that. It's a lot of people like that. You just gotta, live your truth and be who you are.
All your money, and you start realizing that maybe, just maybe, crypto is not analytics.
If anything, he should never say crypto arc. He should have said Forex arc, because when the pandemic hit and then a lot of people were promoting that, I was one of the dumbass dickheads who jumped into that shit not even knowing what I was doing. And yes, I believe there's still money to be made in there, but at the same time, a lot of the people that was making money in Forex weren't making money directly off the market. They was making money off the backs of having people under them pay monthly subscriptions that were going directly to them.
And it's gambling, and you cannot convince me otherwise. I have been there since it's a Canon Mail event. I have been there. I invested a lot of money into crypto and I lost everything. And you cannot tell me that I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. In 2021, the market just totally crashed for whatever reason. There is like no explanation. The market just crashed from one day to another. So please, everybody watching this, I highly advise you to stay away from all this crypto gambling shit, because
all of it, the stock market, the crypto, the Bitcoin, the Forex, it's money to be made in the market. I 100% agree. I will never say that it's not, but for some people it's fast. I believe it's only fast money if you're let me deposit $1,500 and in 3 hours I can flip that into 3,000. I can flip that into 10,000. Like, if you got to have big money to make fast money. If you're going into the stock market and day trading and all that shit, you putting in $100, $500, maybe even 1,000, you're not seeing big drastic movements in the markets. None of them. It'll just be slow money until you have a big enough portfolio so you can go more in and make faster money. It's a process, but
it doesn't amount to anything. It's pure gambling, bro. At this point, it is pure gambling.
Yeah,
And then you try
exactly,
different things.
gambling.
And I speak for everybody, especially for myself, when I say that we all try to become YouTubers at some point. Having a YouTube channel,
I'm in this arc right now trying to become a YouTuber, so he damn right. He's
if you
damn
haven't
right.
had a YouTube channel at least once in your life, you are a bitch. That is some
I have
real
multiple.
ball
I have
knowledge
5
right
channels.
here. We all wanted to become famous YouTubers at least once, especially as a kid. If you never had the urge to become a YouTuber, you probably had a really miserable life. You probably read books or some shit, and with that came the
Read
idea
books.
of
You chose the education route over trying to pursue a YouTube career. You fucking loser. Literally. Loser.
starting a content house. I speak for everyone once again when I say that we all wanted to live in a content house with our friends making
still
videos
do.
just like Face Clan back in the day. We all tried to convince our homies, yo, start a YouTube channel. We should all start a YouTube channel. We're so funny. We could sell this shit. We could sell the comedy we produce on a daily basis. We have all been there. And 99.9% of the time, this shit does not work out. There's one more thing you'll try before actually getting a job, and that's downloading FL Studio. This
The
right
rapper
here
route?
is elite ball knowledge. Downloading FL Studio should be a canon mail event for everybody, but it's not. I know it's not, but it was for me. If you are a real motherfucker, if you are a real one, you had FL Studio downloaded. You either A, wanted to become a rapper, or B, wanted to make beats. And I was the latter one. I tried to make beats, bro. Some of my beats, bro. I tried getting into producing shit, bro. My beats were absolutely horrendous. You'll hear one of my beats right now if I find some of them.
He made a techno beat. That's not a bad beat. Nobody rapping on this shit unless you like Yeet or something. Not gonna lie, but it's not a bad beat.
No way in hell that I thought this shit was hard back in the day. Now, a complete other topic. I speak for everyone when I say that we will just get a buzz cut for no fucking reason at all.
Nah.
You shave your head for no fucking reason
Nah.
at all, or people assume there is no reason at all, but most of the time,
This is where the culture gap come in, because black men don't get buzz cuts unless you in some military type shit. But black men, you'll do a big chop every now and then for the 360 waves, but you're not getting a buzz cut, like just a straight buzz cut where you just got fucking hair bristles on the top of your head. Nah.
we just hit rock bottom.
Overly
and
good
we
on
just
that
don't
one.
know how to
Overly.
help ourselves, so we just shave the head. I like how we make fun of girls for coloring their hair all types of ways, but yeah, we are out here doing the same shit by just, going bald.
And I feel like, nah, that's different though, because when women go through shit and they get the change in their hair, it's always they're dyeing it or doing a big chop. Men, you don't even gotta be going through shit to just decide that you want to cut your hair. It could just be, oh, wintertime is over, it's the summertime, I got locks, I got braids, I got dreads, it's too hot, I don't want to maintain it, I'm cutting this shit off. It's that simple.
And I speak for every single boy on this planet when I say that we all had a bad haircut at least once. Like a really horrendous haircut.
I
Sometimes
agree.
my haircut was so fucking horrendous, I had to skip school. Especially back in the day when my dad was still cutting my hair. That shit looked
See, my mom,
horrendous
my
most
mom
of the
used to
time.
cut my
Look
hair.
at this shit.
She did it like
How
twice,
the fuck did
like
I
twice
go
to
to
3
school
times.
looking like this? What the, bro? I look like a fucking paintbrush. And speaking of school, have you ever just sat there during an exam, not knowing shit? Realizing you're cooked, and you start imagining who you're cracking if you had the ability to freeze time. Because I did that shit. And I speak for everybody when I say we have all been there. And once again, I speak for everybody when I say that we all have fantasized about stopping the school shooter right in front of our crush.
I don't
knowing
thi-
damn well we will.
When I was in high school, and I hate when I gotta phrase it like that, because I am not old. I'm 25. You know what I'm saying? 25 years young. But when I was in high school, the thought of a school shooter never crossed my mind. That shit it didn't happen where I come from. I don't think it still hasn't happened. God forbid it does happen, but it has not happened where I come from, because the people that I grew up with in my area, none of them are on that weird ass timing. Like,
would be the first ones jumping out the window if shit ever got real.
And you'd be the first one
I
popped
speak
in the
for
back of your
everybody,
fucking
or at
melon.
least everybody
Tell you
who
that
has
much.
finished
Trying to
high
be
school.
hero
I
for
speak
these
for
hoes.
everybody when I say that the existential crisis after high school is ridiculous. It is so devious. It is so life-crushing. You realize that high school is the greatest time of your life because you don't need to prove anything to anybody. You're just in there and everything is being done for you. You just have to do homework and learn for a test maybe, and that's it. Once you leave high school, you have to be a fully functioning human being. You have to find your purpose. Ain't nobody is gonna give you your purpose, so you start dwelling into this hole, into this rabbit hole of thinking. You start thinking, what the fuck do I want to do in life? What the fuck is my purpose? What the fuck am I good at? And you start losing yourself in these thoughts, and these thoughts drive you crazy, and you eventually sign up to a university or you start a job. And the existential crisis during university or after university is even worse. You start questioning all your life decisions. You start questioning whether you made a mistake. You start questioning everything. You start asking yourself, is this it? Is this the end of the road? Is this the so-called life? Is this what people consider to be life? Cause this shit is fucking horrible, bro. And at some point you just start accepting the fact that you're cooked, bro. There is one more honorable mention I want to address, cause I felt embarrassed to address it beforehand, so I was waiting till the end of the video. But I speak for everybody when I say that we have all gooned to kissing pranks back in the day. Kissing pranks, bro. This motherfucker prank invasion ruined my whole entire life. If it wasn't for his kissing pranks, I would be such a clean human being, bro. I wouldn't have.
This nigga just said we all gooned to kissing pranks. I was never that deep into the YouTube spectrum. Never that deep. For the people, if you find me and you watch me, I hope that you were never into, like, if you're gonna go all out, bro, go all out to the real shit. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, releasing yourself to kissing pranks on YouTube. No, don't be that down bad. That's down bad. A lot of this shit was down bad, but that was the video. Unavoidable male events. If you like the video, like, comment, and sub. Interact. Let's do it. Let me know in the comments. Have you gone through anything? And you could be male or female. Have you gone through any events that you feel like were unavoidable? Like, no matter what you tried to do, you knew that you were going to go through that. Because one of the major ones he said was the heartbreak one. No matter what gender you are, no matter what your sexuality is, you will experience that one heartbreak canon event. And guess what? It will send you to the gym, and it's going to make you put on 30 pounds of muscle. So if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and sub, and we're out. Deuces.